So welcome, Denise, from ESL MUN. So Denise is going to speak with us today on how folks can get involved with the ESL Conversation Program. So without further ado, I'll just turn it right on over to you, Denise.
Thank you, Lindsay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Denise Faulkner, and I'm here representing the ESL programs at MUN. I am the Conversation Partner Program Facilitator, and I hope that you would find this a program that you'd definitely be interested in volunteering with this semester. Let's get this going. So if you aren't aware, the ESL Conversation Partner Program, it is a program that facilitates international students for whom English is not their first language to have meetings for one-on-one conversation practice with a fluent English speaker. Now, because we are operating remotely this semester, these meetings are not necessarily face-to-face. If you are not willing to do that, they're primarily virtual. So you would meet for 1 hour a week with an international student to help them improve their English fluency. Just through them being able to have that one-on-one conversation practice with you, they can gain confidence and improve their ability to deliver their ideas in English. Now, this is a testimonial from one of our conversation partner volunteers last semester, and Myra said that I love meeting people from around the world and listening to their stories. It's extremely rewarding when students learn new words or different ways to express themselves. And so there is a step apart from you being able to get hours towards your SVP program, you do get that pleasure from getting to know someone else and seeing them develop and improve across the weeks that you work together. Now, to be a conversation partner volunteer, it is of utmost importance that you are a fluent English speaker, and it is open to volunteers from both undergraduate and graduate programs. So it doesn't matter what level of studies you're pursuing. Once you are a fluent English speaker and you're available for at least 1 hour each week throughout the semester, then you should consider participating. It's important that you have a friendly personality because you are probably the first friend that some of our students will be meeting. Some of them are brand new to MUN, brand new to Newfoundland, brand new to Canada, and a friendly partner is an important introduction to their experience here at MUN. It's helpful if you're culturally aware, so whether you are a local student, meaning you're from Newfoundland and Labrador, or you are from other parts of Canada, or even an international student, it's important that you are familiar with the cultural norms and traditions for Canada, for Newfoundland and Labrador specifically, and also that you understand how it is to negotiate your time and your ideas, your dialogue with an international student, that you know how to respect another person's differences and to interact with them from that basis. It's important that you can work independently because there won't be someone checking in to make sure that you have done your weekly meeting, but you will need to do this, schedule your times with your partner on your own, and to record your times that you meet together on your own. So being an efficient time manager is very important to succeeding in this program.
Denise, real quick before you move on, would you be able to turn up your volume just a little bit, or maybe move your mic a little bit closer?
No problem.
Thank you.
So another one of our volunteers, Sabrina from last semester, said, my conversation partner and I have become great friends. We have even spent time together with our loved ones. I think that we have built a friendship that will last beyond this summer. So it's not just about meeting with someone, helping them with their English. You actually become friends because through conversation every week and interactions, maybe to go grab a coffee or go hike a trail, you begin to learn more about this person and a friendship develops. So there are so many benefits to be gained from volunteering with the Conversation Partner Program. Uh, another thing that you can look forward to is that you're going to be making friends with people from different backgrounds. So even if you are an international student that wants to volunteer, you will be matched with someone from a totally different background, different culture, and so the interaction will be mutually fulfilling. You'll be able to learn about a new culture. You'll be able to develop your communication skills, because to be able to interact with someone who their first language isn't English, you prompt someone for conversation to understand what someone is trying to communicate to you. And then at the end of the program, once you have completed at least 10 hours, the ESL programs department is able to provide you with a reference letter for your service. And this is in addition to the incentives you would receive from the Student Volunteer Bureau. So if you are interested in becoming a Conversation Partner Volunteer, you can go to bit.ly/ESLCPP. That's English as a Second Language Conversation Partner Program. So it's bit.ly/ESLCPP, and you can get all the information about the program and be able to sign up there. Please ensure that you use all caps for the ESL.CPP, ESL CPP, and you should be able to get everything you need to know about our program.
Wonderful. Thank you, Denise.
No problem.
So folks in the audience have any questions, please feel free to put it in the Q&A. But I do just have two questions.
Sure.
The first one, is it a registration process where folks can just register and automatically become a volunteer, or is there some sort of application?
You will complete the registration form. Once I go through and process your application, then we would confirm that you can be matched with one of our conversation partners, and then you would receive an email notification with details about orientation materials and other resources, as well as email notification for when you have been matched with your partner, for you to get their contact information and be able to arrange your first meeting.
Wonderful. So how long do you think it would be between registration process until you actually begin the role, or is it different depending on?
Well, we actually extended our registration and recruitment period for participants from the Student Volunteer Bureau. And so we have extended until the 24th. And then by the 25th, we will have already made matches and be sending out all the emails with information about who you have been matched with. And if someone decides to sign up, let's say next week or the week after, once it is we have identified a suitable match for you, you will get the notification with your partner's information. So enrollment is ongoing, but we launch officially on the 25th.
Awesome. Thank you. So I guess another question would be, how are folks conducting these conversations? Is it happening through something like WebEx, or is it happening in person from a safe distance? What does that part kind of look like?
Primarily, it is done virtually. So any video conferencing platform that you're comfortable with, some persons use Skype, some use Zoom, some would use WhatsApp or even messenger video calls. So whatever video calling platform that you agree to with your partner, you should be able to do that. In our last semester, we did have some students who they felt comfortable to meet in person, and once they observed the public health guidelines, they were fine to go out. Some of them went hiking together or shopping downtown. So it all depends on your comfort level. If you are willing to meet in person, maintaining a safe distance, wearing your mask if necessary, then that's fine. But we are primarily functioning on a remote basis, so video calls is the primary way.
Awesome. And is there a structure for the conversations, or are they just kind of organic conversations between each person?
Well, one of the great things about this program is that we don't necessarily leave you to wing it or figure it out. So through our orientation and our training programs, we are able to give you guidelines and even through our handbook to explain this is how you can support a conversation. For example, one big tip I give to volunteers is that see yourself as an interviewer. So your role is to constantly your partner to speak more. So you have to ask a lot of questions. Of course, you will share information to enlighten your partner, but it's primarily you. So we provide you with like a whole website full of conversation questions. So these are questions according to every topic you could imagine. So if you can think of a topic, we probably have 100 questions ready to help you just in case you're like drawing a blank, like what do I say next? You can have that. So some of our volunteers plan in advance to say, okay, next week let's talk about so and so. This gives the volunteer, the conversation partner, the opportunity to probably look up important vocabulary that they may not know, or to make a list of ideas they'd like to speak on. And so that preparation helps some situations. And then for others who may have a higher language ability, they could just wing it and just talk about whatever happens. So they could hop through maybe 3 different topics in one meeting.
Wonderful. And how long do folks stay paired with their conversation partner? So is it does it change on a semesterly basis, or do they kind of stay with them until they decide to leave the program? What does that portion look like?
Well, each cohort is for 10 weeks. So for the duration of the 10 weeks, you will stay with the same partner. We have asked where some conversation partner volunteers may choose, depending on their own commitment level, to take on more than one partners because maybe they have extra time. And some conversation partners request to have more than one partners. So we have some flexibility about getting varied interactions. However, once you have been assigned to the partner, you will stay with that partner for the full length of the 10-week cohort. And then at the end of the cohort, you are free to either re-enroll in next semester's cohort or to move on because you feel comfortable. We've had persons who at the end of the cohort, they've become such good friends that they no longer need to like formally sign up for the program to record their weekly meetings, but they just continue with their relationship, continue to interact and to speak regularly.
That is beautiful. So it almost creates a little friendship between the partners.
Definitely. And like one of our past volunteers mentioned, she was able to meet up with her partners, her conversation partners, family members, and her family members. They would hang out together. So it starts out as you wanting to support a new student. And some of the students aren't necessarily new. Some of them have been here for a while, but they're still struggling with their confidence with speaking. And they just need someone who is able to be understanding and patient with them to get their words out and to encourage them, help them with pronunciation tips, stuff like that. And so when they get into this kind of arrangement, they can be relaxed and not feel judged, like someone's going to say, I can't speak well or something like that.
Awesome. Thank you. And last question is, what would the time commitment for this look like? So including the training, I guess, what's the time commitment for the training portion? And then what would be the time commitment for the actual opportunity once they begin?
Our orientation is for 30 minutes. And the other training materials that we provide you with can be viewed during your own downtime. But the required orientation is for 30 minutes. Beyond the orientation and being trained for volunteering in this program, you would need to book out a minimum of 1 hour each week. Some of our conversation partner volunteers are having so much fun that they meet more than once a week with their partner. But the minimum is once a week. So throughout the 14 weeks of the semester, you're looking at 10 hours for meetings and maybe half an hour for orientation. We have virtual social events throughout the semester, which we encourage you to participate in because you get to meet other volunteers, other conversation partners, and then they're more familiar faces, that you can say, okay, I met this friend here, or we played these games, we sang karaoke, whatever it is that we do. So in terms of what you're obligated to, it's just your 1 hour a week. Beyond that, you just come enjoy hanging out with us and make friends, because that's primarily what it's about.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Denise. So I'm going to throw it back to the audience to see if there are any more questions. But do you have anything that you would like to add within your last couple minutes, Denise, before we conclude here today?
Just don't be intimidated because it says ESL, like feeling, oh, maybe I'm not trained or I don't have a background. The primary thing is to be a supportive friend, and all of us can be a supportive friend. So once it is that you would like to support an international student, you would like to be that person that can encourage them to say, yeah, it's okay to make a mistake. But the most important thing is to share your idea, to share your thoughts. Then please consider signing up. You won't regret it. I haven't had any of our volunteers who have regretted it. Many of them have signed up for repeat since last semester. And so I would encourage everyone to go to bit.ly/ESLCPP, signed up, and I look forward to matching you with a conversation partner by the end of this week.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much again, Denise, for joining us today to go over the ESL Conversation Partner Program. We're very grateful to hear from you on this. It sounds like an absolutely wonderful opportunity for any student who'd be interested in getting involved. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll place this recording up on our website, and then hopefully you'll get some more emails before the 25th of September.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who was able to join us today.
And thank you, Denise.